Hey guys, Bobby from Mechanic Alliance again. Couple of little things I was seeing today in our group, and this is something that I see a bit more in others, but since it was in our group today, I figured I would just do something really quick about it. Um, and that's doing repairs that you're not comfortable with. We've had one post today about an engine that got um, coolant mixed in with the oil, and got another one on a brake caliper that was noticeably damaged, and the tech was told to just do pads and rotors and they'll tell the customer about it. We are professionals in this trade. We are hired because we have the knowledge we have. Um, if you see something that is unsafe, it is your job to tell your boss. If you see something that you know is going to be a useless repair, it is your job to inform your boss. Now, they may decide to go ahead with it. In either case, you need to cover your ass on this, because when it comes down to it, you will be the one getting sued if this goes wrong. Um, this has happened on people doing inspections. I believe it happened in New Hampshire. Guy passed a car, brake lines were rusty, brakes gave out a couple months later. Person crashed the car, and I believe they died, and they charged the guy with manslaughter, and all sorts of negligence. You are dealing with people's lives here, and I don't think a lot of people really get that through their head, that this is just as dangerous as anything else when it comes to negligence. If you leave lug nuts loose and a wheel comes off a car and kills somebody, that's negligence. You can be charged with that. Now, shops have insurance policies for this, but insurance policy is not going to save you. You have to be comfortable in doing these repairs, and if you're not, you need to just tell your boss, no, I'm not doing this. This is your reputation, because even if you do something and you leave a shop and you go somewhere else, yeah, the shop's reputation may suffer, but in some of these smaller communities, your name is attached to these cars. And if you have repeat customers, they may or may not care which shop you're working at. They'll come to you. Good repairs, bad repairs, the same thing can happen. Your name can get around. Hey, this guy, he does some shady work. And, that will affect you in the future looking for jobs at shops. But the main part of this, and the part that I'm kind of irritated at seeing bosses trying to push this on text to fix these, is that you have to be responsible for the safety of the customer. You have to be their advocate. If your boss wants to do something and just say, oh, we'll inform the customer afterwards, like, no, stop the job, call the customer now, because this is unsafe and I'm not going to tell them they can call a tow truck. And I've tried to do this, and I've had bosses, like, oh, that you're being ridiculous, you're being a drama queen. You're not going to say that when a car goes off and a wheel falls off, or a brake caliper, falls off the car and suddenly they lose their brakes. I'm not going to be a drama queen then. This is something important. You have literally people's lives in your hands, and if you do a bad job, people can die. And to have your boss saying, no, we're not gonna do this because I don't think they'll buy it. They're worried about the customer saying no to the job. Leave. Go find another shop to work for. People like that do not need to be running shops. They are putting people's lives in danger. And I don't think this gets stressed enough. As for the engine job, well, you just wasted X amount of thousands of dollars rebuilding an engine that is probably never going to work. And if it does, you'll get a couple thousand miles out of it, and then the customer's going to be back and be like, hey, I just spent $3,000 with you to rebuild this engine, and it just blew up again. Why did I spend $3,000 with you? Suddenly you're putting an engine in that you should have just done that in the first place. So yeah, this is something that you guys have to stick to your guns when it comes to safety stuff. If you see something that's shady that's going on, you got to say something. If the boss doesn't want to do anything about it, if the boss is advocating for this kind of stuff, you got to find another shop. That's not a place you want to work. That place is dangerous. And if he's willing to play with customers' lives like that, start looking around the shop. When was the last time your lifts were inspected? Is he playing around with your life like that too? People don't think about this stuff until, something happens, and then all of a sudden it's in the forefront. And all of a sudden, we got to check all our lifts after one broke. Why weren't the lifts inspected previously? How many of you were working with lifts with safety locks that don't work? Why are you working like that? But yeah, this just seeing a couple of posts today, I just felt compelled to make a quick video about it. I didn't even throw a special shirt on. I'm wearing my Self-Made Auto shirt. Hi, Eric, if you watch this. But yeah, your reputation and your conscience has to really be paramount in these things. Are you going to feel comfortable sending that car out with half-broken brake caliper? Are these people driving on the same streets as your family? Kind of stuff you got to think about before you say, okay, I'll do this job. No, sometimes you just got to stick to your guns and say, no, I'm not going to do this job. This job needs to be done right, or I'm not doing it at all. And yeah, sometimes that's what it comes down to, unfortunately. And if you have to roll that box, roll it. Mechanic Alliance will help find you a better shop to work at. This kind of stuff is not acceptable. This is what gets us bad reputations, and it's really irresponsible of shop owners to be more concerned about their bottom line than customer safety. Now, I get it. If the customer doesn't want to do it, okay, that's their choice. It's their car. Make sure they sign something that says, hey, I didn't want to fix this. Like the picture I posted up with the Dodge Ram with the gas tank being held in with ratchet straps. You're damn right I documented everything about that truck so that guy couldn't come back and be like, oh, my frame just cracked in half. It's like, no, your frame was pretty much already cracked in half, and I've got pictures to prove it. So document this stuff. Cover your ass, because when it comes down to it, it is going to fall on you if something bad happens.